Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and again we are back in the house. We're just finishing off the room. There's one little box we want to go through, and we're after finding a newspaper from this day, which today is the 21st, the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice, from 1926. So that means that this paper is nearly 100 years old to the day. It's 3 years to go, so it's 97 years old to the day. It's quite tender, to be fair to it. So it is.
It's all about the royal family, Austria and Hungary.
In Austria and Hungary. We'll put that up to one side. But yeah, what's the chances of finding a paper printed the same day?
Elizabeth is third in succession to the throne, but at the moment that fact is of less interest to her than her rattle. She is 8.
Anyways, and some more interesting newspaper finds. On the front of this newspaper, it's a local Longford News from 1979, I think they've said. And my granny had written Balnamore Castle. And in it, there is a piece about the castle. So I think a tunnel runs from Cashel to Fort William. So we haven't read the full story, but there's a bit on it there about what my granddad had wrote. So will I read it out, or?
Well, it's basically what you know already, isn't it? There's a bit more further down about how nice the garden was attached to the house. I enjoy gardening, but the present weather has prevented me from doing much with it, remarked Mrs. Stewart, a mother of 4 sons. There's a local story that Sir Richard Brown had some run-in with the local clergy, and he feared that his life might be taken. So within a week, he had work commenced on a church and site for a grave for himself, and you can see that just across the fields on Mr. Baxter's land, explained Harry. Entire areas on 1 acre, and a wall still surrounds the acre. Opening a small metal gate, Harry remarked, "You needn't put this in the paper, but the gate wasn't part of the castle. Came from the toilet of the old St Michael's School in Longford. It appears that the gate was being sold in an auction, where the old school was being demolished, and Harry bought it, and a perfect fit it turned out to be. Only 2 walls now stand on the castle, and the creeper hides much of the former splendour. However, it is obvious that there were 3 floors in the building, and a sentry box was located at each corner of the outer wall. The castle was originally built on the edge of a lake, but the lake has since gone, and the only sunken remains of the lower gate give the observer idea of the former location." Yeah,
that's a bit about the house, our castle. So we're going to have to keep that to one side so we can use it for our information, because there is so little about the castle. Even my granddad remarked in 1979, apart from Cromwell firing at it from the Hill of Ards, there is not a lot much else that anyone knows about it. So we're just going through the last of Under the Stairs. It's mostly filled with cattle stuff. And we'll just have a box here. Warble fly treatments, calf register. Notice of intention to dip sheep in 85, 65 sheep to dip. And brass tags. We also found, while we're in there, tattooing. So we have 2 sets of tattooers. There's one's in there, one for sheep and cattle. And we found another one here. This was for tattooing as Father Phil was here, and none of my sound recorded because the mic wasn't on, but it's for tattooing ears for pedigree stock, pedigree sheep or pedigree cattle. And you can see there is herd number, tag number. But yeah, that's what they were for. So we're just going through this filing cabinet of stuff and some limousine stuff, but we found this pedigree limousine heifer born before the 30th of the 9th, 91. Stewart Bros came first. So that was me father and uncle. They won the All-Ireland Pure Breed Limousine Heifer Championship with Balnamore Gem in 91. In 92, I don't know. But yeah, happy out. So again, lives after finding milk recording from when we used to milk cows. This was in 2001. So you can see some of the cows he would have bred himself. Balnamore Nehi, Balnamore Ruby, Balnamore Tassel, Balnamore Topper, Balnamore Rosette. And then we can look at fats of 3.2, 3.8, protein 3, 3.7, 3.1. This one for days in milk, number of tests, milking gallons, milking kilos, fat kilos, percentages, lactoses. Like double Dutch to me, to be fair. But here we have a booklet, the ERAD, Eradication of Animal Disease Board, TB Eradication Strategy, 1990 to 1992, 30 years ago. So we're still trying to deal with it now.
Quotations for reactors.
Quotations for reactors, 1991. These must have been cattle that we had that were reactors 1991, so at the same time maybe this was sent out. That ended up going being reactors. So we found this Euro changeover. This product is free. How to put it in? Convert pounds to euros and euros to pounds. I'm not sure it's going to work with today's exchange rate, but a bit of history there. Liv found a book about machinery being bought in 1993 with prices and that.
Corn drill, £700. Yard scraper, 320. Combine harvester, 3,000. New story pump, 2,300. New high spec fodder feeder, beet washer, 2.5. Forage harvester, 4.5. The Land Rover, new.
The Defender.
In 99, 18.
18,000. Bargain, wasn't it, Liv?
My car, Volkswagen Vento, cost 10 grand.
Jeez, I remember that whole Vento. The whole green Vento.
MF3090, 8 grand. 3075, May 2004,
Still
11,200.
Still have it. The straw blower.
12.5 in November 2004.
Still going.
Class combine.
That will dominate her.
11.5.
That was some prick of a thing.
8120.
Yeah.
23.
Had 2 of them.
So,
that's it. That's as far as they got.
yeah.
We'll fill the rest without. We will, Liv.
Will we?
Yeah. So, we just got another drawer open. And we have this here. These are all insemination tickets. Or certificate of insemination. Insemination certificate for my uncle. N39 C6V6. Rubus price €15. If repeat €5. And who done it? And we go again. Charlie's Lad. That must be the name of the bull. Then we had Dam 206. Brockle Hill Happy Spirit. Anyways, yeah, you get the idea. There's a lot of them there. Yeah. So here's something. What is it? A Lakeland thing Imperial to... Oh, I can't read it. Oak out before the ash, you're in for a splash. Oak out, ash out before the oak, you're in for a soak. Cuckoo comes early, sell the cow, keep the hay. Cuckoo comes late, sell the hay, keep the cow. Bizarre. Bad summer, early cuckoo, good summer, late cuckoo. So we're after finding pictures of Uncle Ian and some of his prize winning bulls. So I think we're going to put that one into a folder or into a picture frame. We have a video of this guy. I actually think that could be the very same bull. 'Tis the very same bull. We have a video of that bull up on YouTube. It's Pedigree Limousine. Tullamore Livestock Show was first place. Limousine champion. That's what my uncle used to love to show on. Then when they lost a lot of the cattle in 2004 to TB, they kind of stopped all that. But yeah, it's great to have the pictures. What else? So Liv found these pictures of my uncle. One of his bulls, Jumbo. And there's Jumbo again. And Jumbo again. This is actually Jumbo that's in the picture I showed earlier. And then here's one here from Making History in the Making. A bit of history was made last week in Courtlettra parish when the first combine harvester arrived to do work in the parish. Ian Stewart from Longford brought his machine to the townland of Tooman to cut the oats of 2 local farmers, Michael McCran and Dermot Reynolds. There was quite a number of curious onlookers. That was in September 1995. There's some more pictures in that. And there's lot number Somerset Nelson. There's pictures of him there too, and old pictures of the cattle. And we are back at the house. It's been a while since the last update. I'm trying. This video is from when we were filming last, right up until now, and I really cannot remember what's been in it because slow down a little bit as the days got longer, a bit busier. But it's a Sunday today, so we're going to do a bit. So we're moved into what would have been the parlour, the good room, the sitting room. So there was stuff moved from other parts of the house into here when we were cleaning the other bit and that. So we've already done some work taking stuff out to the cow box, but we've more to do, and we have to empty up presses and package up everything. And there's an old piano there as well. I don't know, are we going to get that out? Are we?
Probably leave it there. I could always move it. They have to be moved at some point. This is going to be a kitchen.
Yeah. So we've got the plans back for the house, extension and all that. And this room here is going to be the new kitchen. So that wall there, we're going to widen. So if you're wondering why there's a toilet here and a bed, when this was the parlour, the good sitting room was when me grandfather became ill. We made this a downstairs room, and then when Uncle Ian was ill, this was his room as well. So that's just if you're wondering about that. But anyways, so this is going to be the kitchen. We're going to try and get 2 windows into that wall there. That wall there, we're going to knock to a certain extent. So basically, knock out the window through and then widen it by about 2 foot, 3 foot either side.
As much as we can.
Yeah, as much as we can. The wall will probably be the depth of the kitchen counter on both sides. And then it'll be going on out into the new extension out behind that then, which will be also like your living room. So you have your kitchen, living room all in one. So yeah, that's this room. So we're getting there. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, and then there's 2 other small rooms. I don't think there's much in them, no bathroom and that, but we're down to 4 rooms. Yes, that reminds me. So I've put together some stuff here just to show what have I found. Operator's manual for Massey combines, Ferguson Club journal. But this pile here, what are these? These are all pedigree certs. Balnamore Tilly, Ayrshires. These are all old Ayrshire certs. Survival in a nuclear war. Advice on protection in the house and on the farm. A brochure by the Civil Defence. First aid, cows, sanitation, everything in it there. Beef premium scheme. So to my understanding, the beef premium scheme was the start of the what we call the single farm payment now. So we have old help leaflets here, and that from, this one's 92, we'll have 94 there as well, and whatever cattle they put into it. EU Desensitisation Slaughter Premium Scheme, 1994. So that was the predecessor of the single farm payments. Found old receipts for the rates on land. This one here is from 1937. We'll keep at it now. Liv is going to play the piano.
It's broken.
Yeah, it needs tuning. Where is it? Alicant Southport. Some of them are broken. It sounds as eerie as anything.
Fixable.
If it's fixable. Surely it will be.
Depends what's wrong with it.
And we are now up in what will be our master bedroom when we get cleaned up. So one thing just to remember when you look at these rooms, we're in the middle of tidying. As my uncle and that got sick, stuff got moved around the house to make space in other rooms. So yeah, anyways, things that we have found. So here's an old picture of what the farm used to look like. I don't know, is it from the 1940s or 1950s? So you can see at the time, that's the house we're in now, there used to be a wall around it. You had the turf shed, the long shed at the back, and you had the hay shed. There was no lean-to to the hay shed, there was no extension to the hay shed, and that's the castle wall there. So now our yard extends all the way down over all that area there. But that's what it used to look like. Oh, we actually have all the pictures. I can give you a timeline. That was probably next. So this was the farm's next picture, I'd say in the 70s. So you can see extended the garden. They put the lean-to the hay shed. Grandad was in the middle of building his lean-to for his combine. You can see under that. So that was in the 70s. And you can see a bit of a yard built around the back. I'd say this one is next. So you can see, yeah. So you can see that shed there is where what we call the new shed is. So that was an old cubicle shed that they used to keep the milking cows in, with another cubicle shed beside it. That's where our crush is now. That's where the old silage pit is, and that's where the timber shed is. You can see the Massey 50, you can see the 35, you can see the old Land Rover, you can see the 298. You can see the old, I'd say, an old red Vento.
That one come next?
Yeah, that one come next. if you can see through it, because there's the slat shed there. So that them two sheds got scraped down into that shed. Then they were knocked to put up the new shed, the old silage pit there, and another cubicle shed put up there. Then this one is from 2000. So all that's changed in this one, you can see that the timber shed had been put up, and also the pig shed, as we call it, down the back of the yard. You can see the old 2720, and yeah, that's about it. And then the next one, you can see, ooh, this is probably the last of when they used to go around taking pictures of houses. You can see the new silage pit, the big silage pit. You can see the piping system in there. You can see the slurry store. You can see that they knocked the two sheds that were running that way, put up what we still call the new shed. That was put up in 2006, I think. And yeah. Oh, and the extended hay shed with another lean too. And since this has been taken, that shed down there has been extended just to the edge of the slurry store. And that's all we've done since 2006, shed-wise. But hopefully, just behind there'll be a grain shed up this year. Some more interesting stuff. Now, I never remember these old notes, but I'm sure some people watching will. So, £1 note, 89, both from 89, all from 89, £1 Irish notes. Royal Bank of Scotland, Provisional Bank of Ireland, £1, 79. There's £1 from 72. Ooh, missed one under, it's also 72. £5 from 74. I think this is 10 shillings. Yeah, 10 shillings from 63. And a £10 note from 80. And then also, we found this little box, which is full to the brim of old coins. Like, I mean proper old coins. So you have Irish coins, like 1961, a 10p with the fish on it. There's a couple like that. But we also have these old English, British pennies. They're really well worn, but this one is 1881. There's 1889. Like, they're basically worn till there's nothing left, realistically. The oldest one we found in there is 1860. And I have my suspicions, I never knew about them till we found them. I have my suspicions that they could have belonged to the women that lived here before my grandfather moved here, and that they collected 1 penny coins from every year. And what we're hoping to do with them coins is get like a picture frame and put a coin in for every year, because we found a lot of change in the house, a lot of loose change. Yeah, so I think that's everything interesting. Also, one of the things we'll be doing with the bedroom is there's a room the other side of that there, and Liv is thinking of putting in an ensuite. So there's a little box room there side that wall. That's what the architect come up with. But anyways, we're going to do a bit of cleaning here and put more rubbish and stuff away and just clear. We'll just move room to room, and we've run out of boxes now for putting all the dainty stuff away. So we'll move on to another room where we'll start cleaning rubbish up and whatnot. Anyways, we keep at it.
Sit there.
You were going to sit there?
Yeah.
Oh. So, we've opened this chest in the corner of the room. That's what happens when the camera lets you down. So we've had a wee peek, and now this is rough, very rough. But this is a bowler hat.
It's not a bowler hat, it's a top hat.
A top, sorry.
Bowler hat is a round, flat.
Okay, it's a top hat. And it is beaver finish, beaver leather. I was told this is what would have been worn by the man of the house going to funerals, but it is. We're going to go through this and see what we find. If we find any interest, we'll pick up the phone again. I was going to leave the camera running, but it's not going to work that well with the phone. So we were expecting stuff in this chest from, you know, the 1800s. And here we have a blue flashing police light with wires and a cigarette lighter. I don't know what technology they had in the 1800s, but I'm pretty sure. To be honest, all we found is some troves. We found a waistcoat and jacket that looks like it matches the top hat, but in much better condition. But yeah, we're coming near the end of it now, but yeah, wasn't expecting to find that anyway. Just after finding some newspaper that's like it's just used for Phil. May 15, 1965. And the head title here is Land Underwater for 9 Months. Sounds like history's repeating itself. And that's it for another video of cleaning out the house. So we still have a bit to go. We'll try and not have one more video of cleaning. Then hopefully we start a bit of work. So the plan is to get started this year, and we have the plans, just waiting on the cousin to come out and sign it off so the architect can draw the lines and whatnot, and then we can get going. So one thing though I'm waiting for is Liv to get the sledge at the porch, because Liv wants to see rid of it, so that'll be funny. But yeah, slowly but surely. It is very slow because there's just so much stuff to go through, and you can't just find an envelope and throw it. You have to go through it to see what it was, is it of any relevance, and then decide whether you keep it or you throw it. And even when all is said and done, we'll end up with the cow box full of stuff that we'll have to go through again and figure out then, well, is it going to be for the museum and the farm shop, is it going to be for our house, or what we're going to do with it. So yeah, no shortage of work, isn't there, Liv? Anyways, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Do you remember anything you seen there, any of them old monies, them notes, 10 shilling note? Seems ridiculously small amount of money. But anyways, look, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it from us. Good luck.